Have you ever wondered if what you see in the media is the complete truth or just a fraction of it? Let's dive into the murky waters of media manipulation, an art form for some, a weapon for others. It's a world where the reality you perceive is often an illusion, skillfully crafted through a variety of tactics. Consider framing, presenting information in a way that promotes a particular interpretation or perspective. Then there's gatekeeping, a tactic that controls what information is published, effectively shaping the public agenda. Spin, on the other hand, provides a biased interpretation of an event to influence public opinion. And let's not forget selective exposure, which encourages audiences to consume media that aligns with their existing beliefs. These tactics are but the tip of the iceberg in the vast ocean of media manipulation. So, in a world where information is power, who holds the reins? The power of perspective can change the way we perceive reality. Let's delve deeper into two key tactics of media manipulation: framing and gatekeeping. Framing is all about presenting information in a way that promotes a particular interpretation or perspective. Imagine a news story about a protest. The event could be framed as a riot or a demonstration, each word carrying different connotations that influence our understanding of what occurred. Then there's gatekeeping. This is where those in control of the media decide what information is published or broadcasted, effectively shaping the public agenda. For instance, a news outlet might choose to highlight specific aspects of a story, while ignoring others entirely. This selective dissemination of news can subtly guide public opinion, steering the narrative in a direction that aligns with the outlet's interests. So remember, the lens through which we view the world is often not our own. It's crucial to question what we see, hear, and read. The information we consume is often tailored to our existing beliefs. This is where spin and selective exposure come into play. Spin, the art of providing a biased interpretation of events, can be seen in every corner of the media. It's like a magician's sleight of hand, diverting your attention in one direction, while the full truth slips by unnoticed. Meanwhile, selective exposure is our own tendency to consume media that aligns with our existing beliefs. It's like choosing the same meal at a restaurant time and time again, never daring to taste something new. We become trapped in an echo chamber, where the only voices we hear are echoes of our own opinions. Think about the last news article you read or the last video you watched. Were they presenting a balanced view, or were they spinning a narrative to align with your existing beliefs? Are we really open to different perspectives, or are we just reinforcing our own? Ever felt your emotions being played while watching the news or scrolling through social media? It's not a coincidence. This tactic is known as sensationalism. It's all about using exciting or shocking content to attract and retain your attention. Remember the last headline that made your heart race or jaw drop? That's sensationalism at work. However, the cost of this attention is often accuracy. And then there's the omission of context. This is when essential details are left out to present a skewed view of events. Imagine hearing about a protest that turned violent. The media might emphasize the chaos, but what if they neglect to mention the peaceful hours that preceded the conflict? Suddenly the story seems different, doesn't it? Both sensationalism and omission of context play on our emotions and perceptions, twisting them to fit a particular narrative. Emotionally charged content can be a powerful distraction from the truth. In the end, it all comes down to critical thinking and awareness. As we've traversed the murky waters of media manipulation, we've uncovered a myriad of tactics designed to shape our perceptions, our beliefs, and ultimately our actions. Tactics like framing, gatekeeping, spin, and selective exposure that carefully craft our understanding of the world. Sensationalism and omission of context that distort our view of reality. Not to mention the emotive language, euphemisms, dysphemisms, glittering generalities, and the bandwagon effect that play with our emotions and our inherent need to belong. Yet, that's not the end of it. Oversimplification of complex issues, ad hominem attacks that shift focus from the message to the messenger, astroturfing that creates a mirage of grassroots support, and cherry-picking that selectively presents facts to support a particular narrative. All these tactics are meticulously woven together to create a tapestry of deception, a spectacle of illusion that's hard to penetrate if we don't pay close attention. But here's the thing. We are not helpless. We are not mere spectators in this grand play. We have the power to question, to scrutinize, to verify, to not just consume, but to engage with the media we are presented with. This is where critical thinking comes in. It's our shield against manipulation, our tool for discerning truth from falsehood. It's our ability to question what we are told, to seek out multiple perspectives, to understand the context, to examine the source, to not just accept information at face value, but to dig deeper, to verify, to challenge. The media landscape is a battlefield, and we are the warriors armed with critical thinking. We must recognize the tactics, understand their purpose, and see through the manipulation. We must remember that every story has multiple sides, every fact has a context, every source has a bias, and it's our responsibility to seek out the whole truth, to not let our narratives be dictated by those who wish to control them. It's time to take control of our own narratives. It's time to question, to verify, to think critically about the media we consume. The power to change the narrative lies in your hands. With every piece of information you consume, you have the choice to accept it at face value or to dig deeper. You can be the gatekeeper of your own mind, filtering what comes in and what doesn't. To do this, diversify your media diet. Don't just consume media that aligns with your beliefs. Challenge yourself to understand different viewpoints, even ones you don't agree with. This will give you a broader perspective and help you spot spin and bias. Moreover, don't just rely on headlines or sound bites. Do your own research, check facts, look for multiple sources, and seek out the context that's often omitted. Be aware of emotive language and question its purpose. Is it trying to manipulate your feelings? Above all, remember that you are not a passive consumer. You are an active participant in the narrative. Don't let the media control your perception. Seek truth, question everything, and take control of your narrative.